And as we go to the tail of the tape, Radev is 7 years older than Daley, but the reason I don't think that'll be a factor is because Daley has already had 2 hard fights this year, plus he missed weight for this fight. If he's facing burnout, I don't think that age is going to make any difference. So let's go up to the voice of BAMMA, Shad Dales, for the intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening and is sponsored by Warrior in cinemas on September 21st. It's scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds of fighting in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a freestyle fighter with a professional record of 24 wins, 4 losses, with 5 wins coming by TKO. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at 170 pounds from Pomori, Bulgaria. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jordan Radev. His opponent fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a striker fighter with a professional record of 27 wins, 11 losses, 2 draws, with 20 wins coming by TKO. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighed in at 176 pounds from Nottingham, England. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Paul Daley.
Gentlemen, 3 5-minute rounds. Do you both understand the rules? Do you have any questions about those rules? Okay, obey my commands, protect yourself at all times. Touch him up, back you go. Best luck to both of you.
So here we go, our big main event of the evening at welterweight. Paul Daley versus Jordan Radev. And really, Steve, it's all about what Daley you get, isn't it? He is an incredible character, but that can also work against him.
Yeah, a very charismatic guy, Paul Daley. I mean, I've been a big fan of his, and you know, as I am all fighters, to be honest. And but theoretically, this is a problematic matchup for him. But he showed a lot of improvement in his last fight against Tyron Woodley, where he defended a lot of takedowns, even though he got taken down eventually and lost the decision.
And when we look at another decision, a fight that everyone was talking about, Nick Diaz.
Yeah, that Nick Diaz fight. Well, there's a different style of fight because Nick Diaz chose, being a jiu-jitsu man, to stand up and bang with Paul Daley. And Paul almost knocked Nick out 2 times in that fight, but he ended up succumbing before the end of the first round.
And in many ways, this could be a similar scenario to the Diaz fight, couldn't it? Because Radev there just gave a hint that maybe he's going to stand and trade.
Well, honestly, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one because I don't see any way that this could be similar to the Nick Diaz fight because Jordan Radev is a completely different animal. But you're the man.
I've just got a lesson there from the fight.
No,
professor.
you didn't get anything. It's just, oh, here we go. Radev coming in, trying to get clinched. Got a collar tie up top. Daley got to be very careful with his knees. Coming straight up the middle. This could be a problem.
Another big knee attempt from Daley there.
Daley with a really strong plum. Hasn't landed one of those knees yet, but if he does, it's going to be a big problem for the Bulgarian.
And a bit clumsy there, Steve, but it still ends up with Daley in ascendancy.
I love it when fights get wild and sloppy like this. It makes it more interesting and kind of a throwback to the early UFCs where guys really didn't know what they're doing. Of course, these 2 gentlemen actually do know what they're doing. Don't try this at home, folks, especially in the living room. Paul Daley gets a takedown? I don't believe it. Come on. Am I dreaming here?
Well, again, you called it again. I mean, Jordan Radev, he's stuck to a game plan. It's not working for him yet. But as you rightly predicted, he isn't prepared to stand and trade the whole fight with Daley. That's become very apparent.
Yeah, Daley good with a wide stance. Been able to stop and defend all the takedowns so far by Radev.
Also, there's always the added pressure on Daley because everybody expects those fireworks, don't they? From whatever the opponent, they expect Daley to give us the sort of fight we expect from him. That is a lot of pressure on him, isn't it?
Yeah, there really is, but he's handling it extremely well. He looks very relaxed. Oh, what a body kick!
Oh, and as you said, those knees, Radev. Oh, that one landed, and you saw immediately the response, and the bomb stopped flying, Stephen.
You don't want to be in this position against Paul Daley. When you eat a knee, then start eating those left hands. Radev trying to slug his way out, but he needs a clinch, and he needs it fast.
He's cut as well, Stephen, from that knee. From that left knee, there's a cut there, and he's eating them too much. Another huge one.
He keeps dropping his head down to his right, and Paul's left knee caught him 3 times at least.
Now the left elbow as well. Dangerous times for Jordan Radev.
Paul pulling his head to that same direction. Those knees could knock him out. If he lands a flush knee, it's going to be over.
Well, Radev has already eaten more than most would take. And those short elbows as well. Suddenly this fight explodes life, and suddenly the right knee as well. Stephen, you've got to admire the durability of Radev there.
Oh yeah, Radev is really hung tough in this because he only kind of folded over a little bit on that first knee.
But you can see Daley setting him up, making the room for those elbows and knees, and now Radev fires back stubbornly.
Radev has got a whole lot of heart here.
I've got nothing but admiration for the way Radev sort of rode that out and is now trying to mount his own offense.
Yeah, Radev hanging tough, throwing the right uppercut. Flying knee by Daley.
This is what the crowd love about this man. This is what he gives them. And again, overall, although Radev has had his moments, as we count down to the end of this round, those knees have surely won it quite cleanly.
Radev going for the headlock slash guillotine. Daley cracking away.
So Radev breathing deeply, but unbelievably, he is still there. He's marked up, but he's still throwing leather.
Coming forward, Jordan Radev. And that's the end of round number 1. Oh, down he goes.
So we're back with round 2, and Stephen, what an explosive end to the first round. And I've got to be honest, I'm amazed that Radev is still there. He's eaten so many of those knees.
All I've got to say is he's got a really hard head. I believe that was a 10-9 round. Daley kept dropping bombs, but Radev really didn't show that much sign of wear other than the facial cut.
But it certainly set the crowd up now. You can hear them waiting for more explosive action from Daley. But as you said, Radev is still there. He's still dangerous. And at times he pushes forward.
He does, but the longer he plays this game standing with Paul Daley, the more he's going to be in danger.
Well, that was going to be my next question to you. Surely when the corner worked on him at the end of this first round, they've got to be saying to him, there's got to come a time when you've got to at least attempt to take this man down.
Well, yeah, but Daley has really been working on his takedown defense, as I said earlier. And Radev is trying to pick his shot, trying to throw an overhand left in this case. He's got actually a really good left hand, and he can knock a person out with that. But Daley has got so many tools, and those kicks, even when they land on your arm, they hurt your arm. Eventually, you're going to have to start dropping your arm. Then the head will be available for the head kick.
Radev finally comes in to make his move. He goes for that single leg, but a good sprawl again by Daley. So this is one of the areas you picked up on, Stephen.
Yeah, what it was is Radev was trying to run the pipe. Daley was saying nothing doing, sprawled out. Daley trying to get the plum clinch again, but Radev getting Daley finally pinned up against the fence. Daley having a height advantage here. That means that plum clinch, that Muay Thai clinch that he's got right now will be a factor, and this is going to be a disaster for Radev if he can't get out of this. If Radev can't get Daley down, he's going to get stopped.
That's right, he went because he pulls the head towards the near short little uppercut, but again the Bulgarian walking through so much. He's had 2 poor attempts at takedowns, but his durability is phenomenal.
But he's starting to slow, we can see it. Oh, he caught Daley with a pretty decent left hand.
Oh, but he took a combination in reply, Stephen, and that flying knee again.
I love the stair climb, double flying knee, and Daley landed that left. Wasn't a great deal of power, but it still landed. Daley landing with regularity, and that elbow found his mark.
And now the bombs with the hands as well. It's surprising, but again, a little uppercut from Radev to remind him he's still there. But how much longer can he take this, Steve? You said he's beginning just to show the signs of the fatigue now. I
actually don't know, because Daley has landed so flush so many times, but Radev came back with that punch. But Radev is still losing the fight.
Sometimes, though, and we've seen it many times in the past, when unbelievably a man is still there. Do you believe in that theory where they say sometimes you reach a pain threshold where it just can't hurt as much anymore?
I think there's that possibility, because when you get numbed up, it's true. And they're so filled with adrenaline here. And Radev is a very prideful fighter. Paul Daley's starting to look a little bit slow on his skip as well.
Well, let's look at Daley. He's hit him with absolutely everything he's got. He's hit him flush, he's hit him clean, he's done it consistently. The man's still there. How does that play on your mind?
Well, when you're 5 or 6 pounds over, let's see if he doesn't run out of gas, punching himself up with those elbows. Those could cut Radev. That left knee landed, and Radev just looked at him like, so?
Unbelievable. They're giving the crowd what you want. And yet the Bulgarian, you think he's got to go, and Radev just comes firing back like that.
Radev digging to the body with a left-right. That was a smart move, actually. But he's got to be able to hurt Daley, because he hasn't been able to take him down.
No, it's been fought, as you said, upright all the time, which has been really exciting for this huge crowd here in Birmingham. But Daley looking over his corner was almost saying, what do I do next? Because here comes Radev again.
This is absolutely insane. Radev turns the tables, has Paul Daley with his back to the fence on a defensive mode.
We're in the last minute of the round, and Radev comes back, and Daley comes flying back. Now this is living up to the hype, this fight. They're trading like old-fashioned sluggers here, Steve.
Radev came in a wrestler, is going to walk out a slugger.
And it begs the question again, if it goes to the end of the round 2, what does the corner say to Paul Daley? He's not doing anything wrong.
I think he should go for low kicks, because he's going to make his hands and his knees sore trying to hit this guy in the face. I mean, this guy has got, this reminds me of Raging Bull, where Jake LaMotta says, hey, Ray, you never got me down.
Well, what I'm thinking of, you know, when you have a washing machine and you open it up and there's a big block of concrete in the top. I think the same with Radev there. You know, if you take the top of his head off there, there's got to be something, because this man has just eaten it all and come back.
Oh, what a round that was. Radev rallied a couple times, but Daley definitely won that round 2.
So
high kick, which was blocked by Radev 2 times. But Daley must be thinking, boy, I don't know if I can stop this guy.
Well, he's had the opportunities. We've seen the jumping knees, and then suddenly we see Radev come back.
Come back with a good right hand, which Paul rolled with and fired back with his own punching and kicking combination, and that double flying knee. What an insane round. Radev coming back with elbows and punches, and Daley firing back. This is becoming a human highlight reel for both gentlemen.
Incredible stuff, and worthy of a co-main event here at BAMMA on Sci-Fi. And as I said, Daley, he still looks calm and controlled, but you've got to start thinking, what do I do to put this man away? So I'm going to ask you, does he try to put him away, or does he settle for the points with Mayo and maybe stick and move?
Yeah, it's a situation where Daley goes to touch gloves. That means he's got a lot of respect for Jordan Radev.
Now, because I think there's still no doubt that he's taken the first 2 rounds. Does he not coast, but does he get on his toes? Does he box and move, or does he do this?
Yeah, Daley goes low with that right roundhouse kick, which is a smart move, because he's tested every other area of Radev's body except his legs.
And Radev has not been found wanting incredible durability, and at times coming back with not too shabby boxing.
Or brawling. You know, he was throwing the bombs with that left hand. That's his out weapon. There it is.
And this time it's Daley that takes it well. This is intriguing, Stephen.
It really is, because Radev is actually making this fight. He's been a punch bag so far in the first 2 rounds, but that punch bag decided to hit back in number 2.
And now he's landing cleanly again, and suddenly it's Paul Daley on the back foot. Is there an upset on the cards here?
Radev has to know that he's behind in this fight. And he may be picking his... Oh, he walked right into that punch. Staggered back.
Body work as well, though, from Radev now. Happy to stand and trade.
Radev is the kind of guy who back in high school, before he knew how to wrestle, he knew how to scrap.
And again, Paul Daley, as you mentioned that word respect. I think we're seeing it here now.
Daley going to the body. Radev not even thinking about grabbing the leg. But Daley's kick is pretty fast.
Radev, bit of head movement there. First time in the fight.
Daley measuring. Daley got to be thinking, as you said earlier, Malcolm, stick and move.
I think so. I think there comes a stage when you think this man isn't for putting away, and it's not all about bravado, is it, Steve? It's about these dangerous moments. So
always dangerous with that overhand left, and Paul knows it. Talk about concrete. We're talking about his chin and his head being full of concrete. So is his body and even his fists.
Oh, good work again by Daley. He explodes into action. As you mentioned, he's the immovable object at the moment.
Well, the thing is, he did use a lot of head movement. It wasn't in the traditional sense, but he was staying out of the way of the majority of those punches.
And again, the single leg takedown attempt, but it's not troubled Daley during this fight until the little sweep as well, Stephen.
Tried to run the pipe, got the sweep. Now Daley, for the first time in the fight, is on the floor, but Radev has got to go for a finish here. He can't play a points game at this minute.
No, as you said, Stephen, he's trying, but they're not very powerful, these shots.
Daley flattens out, not a good sign for him, because if Radev gets on top and starts dropping bombs, especially elbows, it could be a problem for Daley. Daley eating hammer fists, more annoying than anything.
That's right, but it shows that Radev's still there, that he's still working away hard. And for me, Steve, this fight's had so many different talking points and so many things. And I think one of them is that, like, how do you put Jordan Radev away?
I think this would make a real good rematch at 170 pounds.
So Radev for the first time in ascendancy here. But as you said, he must know he needs to stop it. He's got to really go for broke now.
Yeah, he does. And Daley working a closed guard. He's got control over Radev's left hand momentarily, but Radev finds his way out.
Radev posturing up. He can get, as you said, he can get more momentum, more power here. It would be a real shock.
Daley gets the pushback, but Radev right back on him. Radev's got to throw elbows here. He's got to figure out a way to get that into the equation, because punches aren't going to do it.
No, he won't stop Daley like that, but it just shows that the fatigue level with Daley as well now, because he's expended so much energy in those 2 rounds, battering away at Radev. So, Stephen, with under a minute left now, Radev is still there. I think he's lost it, but I think it's also telling that he's the man in ascendancy right at the end here.
Yeah, it's a situation where Radev has stolen this round, basically. Paul has faded, probably didn't take this fight too seriously, came in overweight, and there we have it. I believe Paul Daley has won this fight, but Radev had won the war in the 3rd round.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecard. Judge Andy Roberts scores at 30-27. Judge Paul Sutherland scores at 29-28. And Judge Suli Mahmood scores at 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Paul Semtex Daley.
Okay, we're just seconds away from our main event. Wallhead versus Trigg.